Hello, welcome to the Long Island Weather Update. It's 10 o'clock on December 27th. 2023, another gloomy day, except this time we have some rain in the area. You can see just that river of moisture again off to our south. We're going to actually zoom it out a little bit so show you on the satellite here. Conus view of it all. Well, how ain't it going? There we go. So you can see here what we got going on again. The same old deal again. It won't be as bad as the other storms, but the principle, it's still the same. And you see there's your low pressure center right there. We're going to take this out to 120 hours so we can maybe get a look at what it looked like during the day. Before we go into so you can take a look at the visible satellite. You can see just all that moisture there. And you can see that low is just stuck pivoting right over the Midwest right there. So we draw this all out for you. Here's your low, and here's your atmospheric river of moisture again coming straight from the tropical Pacific. You can see it's actually coming from this tropical Pacific here. If you look in the bottom of your screen here, there it is, right from the tropical Pacific, which is over here. So this is all part of that super El Nino that we're dealing with. And it's of course enhanced by climate change, of course. So you can see not really a whole lot moving here. We'll pull this down to 24 hours, and we'll show you the GLM flash intensity and see if there's any lightning. We don't see a whole lot of lightning going on here, but there is a lot of tropical moisture here that is involved. So if we go to the water vapor, clearly see all that water moisture there. There it is. And you can see another little tongue of it coming up over our area as well. Jersey into New York, eastern Pennsylvania, and that is what's causing all the rain. So we go to the radar here, you'll see that chunk of bright white. That's where the heavy rain is right now, and it's again a little more inland this time. Right now it's inland. It's over eastern Pennsylvania, northwest. The same areas that don't need more rain are going to be getting a lot of that heavy rain here. And this is some really heavy rain here. Areas east of Wilkes Barre and the Poconos, heading toward Orange County, New York. Not good at all. And you can see this is all kind of slowly shifting eastward, ever so slowly, as you see here. It's moving very, very slowly. We can look at another radar here. There's another radar of it here. And you can see this. Generally, the heavier rain is not over Long Island. It's off to our west. But we do have coastal flood statements now being issued, as well as a flood watch for much of New Jersey again, because, again, they've had so much rain, and they're going to be getting even more now. So this all applies to most of New Jersey. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible in the state of New Jersey through Thursday evening. They could see an additional 1.5 to 2 inches of rain, according to this. Not what they need. Then we have the coastal flood statement. And we have a coastal flood advisory in effect, too. So we have a coastal flood advisory in effect from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Thursday, up to 1 foot of inundation above ground level and expected in vulnerable areas. We do have a full moon out. Southern Queens and southern Nassau, this goes from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Thursday. So, yeah, I know. It's crazy, all right? I know. This is part of the new normal, folks. Get used to it. It's only going to get worse from here. So let's take a look at our observations right now. Again, you see all these colors for and it looks like we do have flood warnings now in effect for, it looks like extreme eastern Pennsylvania as well. So this is not a good situation at all, again, for those areas. Looking at our current conditions, it's ridiculously warm out there. We're talking 50 degrees. I have to put my air conditioner on tonight. It's ridiculous. We got a little light rain around. That's all we had so far is light rain, nothing too heavy. Temperature's 50 degrees, dew point's 49, very humid. Been like that for much of the day today at Islip. We'll show you what the day was like again at Islip. So let's see. It got up to 50, low of only 42. Yeah, you can see it's pretty much murky, crappy all day long with this really horrible weather that we've been having. You can see it's even warmer in Jersey. They're up to 53 at Miller Air Park with a dew point of 53. And not getting a whole lot of rain there, just like mist being reported. So look at our highs and lows for the day. Highs way above normal, generally on Long Island around 50 degrees. A little cooler at the shores, including the North Shore and the South Shore. And low 50s in New Jersey. Lows, I mean, not going to be much lower than that. 41 at Iceland. Those are our normal highs, or the lows, pretty much. So it's crazy, all right? So absolutely nuts. Rainfall probably hasn't been too much so far. Go ahead, we'll go into the 24-hour rainfall here. Not too much on Long Island, and not too much in New Jersey or in the immediate area. But as you head into those flood warning areas, that's where you see those rainfall totals in excess of almost approaching 2 inches, and it's still pouring there. So that's where they have to worry about flooding in eastern Pennsylvania. We'll have to see if that's going to affect us or not. We're going to look at the models here in a minute. Still looks like they got some wind gusts there. Seagirt, 20-mile-an-hour wind gust, 51 and 51. That's just disgusting. So let's go look at our climatology for today. Observe weather, ice slip, and you'll see a high of 48. Normal high is 42. The low of 42 puts us 15 degrees above normal for the minimum. So 11 degrees above normal for the day at Islip. Central Park, 11 degrees above normal for the day. Newark, 13 degrees above normal for the day. We're on track to have maybe our warmest December on record at a lot of climate sites. Maybe even the wettest, too. Just the worst of both worlds. Warm and wet. You know, just the way you don't want it, but that's what the climate here has become. Warm and wet. It's like the tropics now here. Yuck. So let's go to the models and visualize what's going on here, and you'll see we have this low pressure area forming along the east coast. That's going to ride up, and that's going to bring heavier rain overnight. So we're going to get into the heavier rain here in our area in the overnight through Thursday morning, and then it tapers off to light rain and drizzle. We may not completely get rid of the rain tomorrow. It may linger around, and even into Friday, you can see some moisture there lingering around here. And look at that, even into Saturday morning. You're still not going to really dry it out until Sunday. It's unbelievable. We're looking at the 18Z model now, going to the rest of the year now, and it's just really crappy. Really crappy. We'll talk a little more about the long range, I think, tomorrow night, but I want to get through this system. The long range, unfortunately, just in a nutshell, we can just run this, and you can shed some tears here. I'll just look at the temperature anomaly here. Staying warm. Look at this. Staying warm. All right. We have to wait now. It's pushing the cold off now until January. It keeps pushing it off. It's a carrot and stick again. All right. Deal. It's like never going to get here. Because the model's trying to, like, bring an end to this, but the model just doesn't understand how locked in this pattern is, and how locked in the climate crisis is, and this roasting hothouse Earth of ours, or should I say, what's the other phrase? I forget global. They don't call it global. Global boiling. That's the phrase. They got global warming. We're global boiling now. All right. So let's take a look at the short range models, because this is more of a short range weather video. We'll talk a little more about the long range tomorrow. I don't usually do it, but well, hopefully maybe there'll be some more hope. I don't think so. But anyway, here's the HRRR, and you can see some of that heavier rain coming into the area overnight there, that low going to the south of us, and we're going to get into that heavy rain. And then tomorrow, you see, you can have a little light rain lingering around, perhaps some drizzle. You can see a little bit of those green specks there. And that's going to linger through Friday night. And then Friday, we try to dry it out, but then there could be a few more showers popping up. I think Friday will be drier than tomorrow, but we're still going to see plenty of rain. So let's look and see how much rain that this model gives us. You can see approaching 2 inches in many parts of Long Island, and maybe even a little more in New Jersey, depending on where the heavier rain sets up. So all that heavy rain that you see over Pennsylvania, that's going to shift eastward over us, and we're going to get into that heavier rain, unfortunately. And with all this, you got plenty of moisture to fuel all this. Looking at your dew points, we have east winds, northeast winds. Those dew points stay high, though, despite that. And we don't really start to see the dew points drop a little bit tomorrow night, more so later on Friday. But you can see still staying just ridiculous. That's still the dew points are above our normal high temperatures, which really shows you we're going to smash all-time warmest December on record. All right. Temperature, again, it's going to be warm tomorrow, maybe even warmer than today. We're all going to get into the 50s, I think. Yuck. Humid, yuck. And then Friday, yep, still close to 50, maybe a tad cooler. That's the HRRR, but we're going to look at a few more models, of course. So let's go back to the GFS here, and we are going to pan this to the eastern U.S. view here. And you can see the warmth here that's showing up here. Again, this ridiculous warmth that we have along the East Coast. I'd much rather be out west where at least it's still above normal, but at least it's not disgusting like this. Just, you know, it's like we have a South Carolina climate now. It feels like yuck. So, yeah, if you like it, that's fine. All right. I like it cool and dry, and unfortunately, we're going to talk about how climate change is affecting my mental health in this month's mental health update, or should I say maybe as we get into the end of this month. I don't know. But I'm not going to talk about it here. But it's not good for me. That's all I'm saying. So let's go to that moisture 700 to 300 so you can track all that bright green that's coming in over us. And that's going to bring in all that heavy rain. You can see, and then it dries out a little bit. You can see a little bit as we get some. Hopefully, maybe we won't have to deal with annoying drizzle. I'm hoping we don't, and it's just like a scattered light shower or whatever. And then you see as you get into the weekend here, start to dry it out a little more on Sunday. So that's what it looks like there, and I wanted to show you that. The other thing I want to show you is the F-Gen, so let's look at that. And you can see the strongest F-Gen is going to be, it's probably not the best model to be using for this. Yeah, it actually doesn't look that impressive. Go to the NAM. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, you can see there's a wave coming in over midnight. Here we go. The NAM will show it up a little better. A little more mesoscale. So you can see here that. So it looks like right around midnight to after midnight is when we'll get the heaviest rain. I mean, it won't be like what we had last time, but it's just going to be more rain that we don't need. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to the precipitation on the NAM and the NAM 3. And we have the 0Z NAM 3 to look at. So here we go. And again, you can see that heavier rain moves in after midnight. That's where we get into that heavier rain. And then it kind of ends the afternoon, but there could still be some lingering drizzle. And you can see a little rain sort of redevelop, especially like later Friday night. Looks like another wave of showers can come in, like say maybe around 10, between 10 and midnight. Another wave of showers comes in. And then here we are for Friday. It looks like Friday won't be as bad. There'll be some scattered showers. And then this, see, looks like a cold front right here that will hopefully sweep this mess out. And we can dry out for Sunday. And maybe that would be our next chance of sunshine at this point. So let's see how much precipitation the NAM is calling for. And not quite as much as the HRRR. It might be a little on the low side, which is rare for the NAM. But I still think a lot of areas are going to get close to 2 inches for sure. Let's see how much the GFS is calling for precipitation. Yeah, so similar in line. All right. And the icon. Why don't we put the icon up here? That's not... All right, I have to use the 18Z for that. So the icon and the icon. So you'll pretty much agree. I think we'll get to around 2 inches. I don't think we'll exceed it too much, but some areas could get to around 2 inches, depending on where this all sets up. Some areas might only see an inch. I say only, but... Anyway, let's look at the rest of our... We have to go to the GFS to look at the rest of our... rest of our year here of 2023, which was really crappy and sucky. It could be the warmest year on record. I think it will be the warmest year on record, perhaps for us. Maybe the wettest, too. Maybe not the wettest. We'll have to see, but... I'm sure those annual reports will come out. And we'll go over them sometime into the new year, probably Monday or something. But anyway, here we go. And you can see that's when the dry air kicks in later Saturday. See the west winds, and then Sunday, you'll see again there northwest wind. Nothing really. You can see nothing really that dry though. You can see some colder air. That will try to come in on Tuesday, perhaps, January 2nd. So let's look at our air temperatures here. So obviously we're going to be warm on Friday, and then Saturday still being above normal, mid-40s, mid to upper 40s. That's still above normal. And then not even going below freezing Saturday night. And then Sunday, we're dealing with mid to upper 40s again. So still above normal. And then when do we have a chance to even get close to normal? Still above normal January 1st. And then Tuesday, maybe we get a little closer to normal Tuesday, and Wednesday maybe. It's still above normal, though. So... You can see the deal that we're dealing with. So let's talk about the skies after we're done with all this rain that we get to deal with, because we're not going to see the sun tomorrow. Probably not going to see it on Friday. Saturday, maybe we'll see a little bit more of it, partly sunny conditions. Sunday, probably have the best chance of seeing it, and then boom, we're back into the clouds again on Monday. So we'll go to the RGM, which will give us a finer look at the cloud cover. We have the 18Z run to look at. Obviously, tomorrow we're socked in. We're not going to escape the clouds. RGM keeps doing this. I don't know how this is really going to happen, but it keeps breaking southern New Jersey out in the mostly sunny skies Friday afternoon. I seriously doubt it. It's the only model that's doing it, and I don't know why it's doing it. This would be, if they do break out in the sunny skies, they have a chance of hitting 60. I'm curious to see what the RGM has for temperatures. No, it actually has it cooler, which is interesting. So whatever the reason is, the RGM is probably trying to bring in dry air. None of the other models are doing this. So I will take that with a grain of salt. We'll see what happens. But Saturday, we'll probably have partly sunny skies. And then Sunday is when we'll have our better chance, I think, of seeing some mostly sunny skies. But I think this model is underestimating the cloud cover, unfortunately. We can use the FV3. We do have some of the FV3 in, which is a higher resolution GFS. You see some, it's not doing that. It's got. I think there might be some breaks on Friday, but as far as having mostly sunny conditions, maybe a chance Saturday, better chance Sunday. But we still have at least one more day without the sun at all, if not two more. So that's going to wrap up this weather update here. We're all sick of the rain. We're all tired of it. It's just been, all get used to it. This is part of climate change. It's going to get warmer, and it's going to get wetter and cloudier. And those nice, sunny, crisp days, they're going to get harder and harder to find. So I suggest when you do get one, you stop whatever you're doing and enjoy it, because it's going to become more of a rarity around here as we deal with more and more of this escalating climate crisis. And for those of us who like the sunshine, we may have to make plans to actually move somewhere else, like Flagstaff. Anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.